そ我がベルベットルームへ。私の名はイゴール。
What's good, anime enthusiasts? Welcome to the final episode for Plus Size Misadventures. And we do not have the answers for everything. But we do get answers, a little bit of answers. The mystery is still there. And there's even something else being planned for Yumiko into the future. There's a lot more to this story. It gets even deeper. There's another layer. Why Riko? Why Keisuke? Why Maezono? But I enjoyed it nonetheless. And I got another 2 pages of notes, and honestly, I am just happy for the whole entire season as in general. Let's just get right into it, and I'll give you my final thoughts at the end, because there are a few things where I want to say something, not negative. It's just more like, pointing some secret, not secret things out, but like possibly hinting towards what I'm thinking. So episode picks back up to where Maezono, goes up to Degawa and Yumiko after they were talking, and he's actually just checking up on Yumiko, making sure that she's okay. And he looks like he's just feigning ignorance or just not saying anything. Like, yeah, I'd heard you all talking beforehand, before even coming up to you. And he's not even saying anything about him seeing Riko or Yumiko in the forest. We'll get to back to that in a moment. But Maezono says hey, you can take a taxi home with me since everyone else is pretty much gone. Then Degawa says yeah, but drop us off by Rikuko's place. Maezono's like, why? I know you want to go, Degawa, but why Yumiko? And then Degawa starts talking about Yumiko's accident, and she goes on for a little bit and even asks if Rikuko said anything to Maezono. Maezono says no, and he starts to give off a little warning sign saying, hey, you shouldn't talk to Rikuko anyway. She's unstable. She's not in the state to talk to. And then Degawa, counters, revealing that, hey, Rikuko was here and she talked to Yumiko, and Keisuke took her home to, let Maezono know what happened. And Maezono didn't give a reaction whatsoever because he already knows. But Degawa probably can't figure that out because Maezono has always been like that stoic kind of guy, even at this point. So this just lines up perfectly. Maezono just can hide the fact that, hey, Yumiko, I saw you and Rikuko talk. I know what's up. But Degawa starts really breaking down herself, even in tears, saying that, hey, Maezono, you dumped Rikuko on the Keisuke, then this and that, and she starts tearing up because, like previously before in another episode, to where she was talking about the past, that she felt like she lost the place where she belonged once this whole marriage thing sort of fell through, once Rikuko started liking Keisuke and Maezono and Keisuke just start hiding things. But Yumiko steps in, interjects, and she breathes the positive vibes and positivity in there, saying that, hey, Maezono, it's okay. You should think back to how much you loved Rikuko, and everything will be okay. Everything will be alright. Just giving everything. And both Degawa and Maezono, they aren't too sure about it. They have this slightly awkward faces as Yumiko just keeps going on. But Yumiko just really hammering the fact that it's hey, just believe in that love. And then Maezono drops the coldest hard line ever that really sinks into Yumiko. It's not that simple with wounds you can't see. Amazing. He said so much in just one little sentence, right? Because Yumiko can talk all she wants about Rikiko and Maezono. It's like, hey Maezono, Rikiko made your favorite food. Remember that, remember the love that you guys once had. Maezono can, but there's something deeper that Yumiko does not know. There's something deeper that Keisuke knows that Yumiko does not know. She does not see the full picture. Yes, Yumiko, we love you for your positive vibes, your positivity, and trying to bring us in. But there are some things, there are some wounds, there are some cuts that are so deep that you just need to be, you just had to be there. You just had to know. You had to be in there to see what happened. And then you can try. But until then, you're just sitting on the surface. And this whole thing just stunned Yumiko. But Tamai pops out and asks if everyone's okay to break up the tension. And asks, hey, yo, everyone go out for drinks? Then Daigo pulls Yumiko to the side for a moment, saying that, hey, shouldn't we be focused on going to Riko? Because Yumiko was like, yeah, sure, let's go out for drinks. But Yumiko says, no, there's no need to rush. Let's just trust Maezono and follow his lead for now. Okay. And then Tamai goes over to Yumiko and Daigo breaks off to go to Maezono, talk to him for a little bit. And Daigo says, hey, Maezono, talk it over Rikiko. Just talk it out. She can't read your mind. Just, see what's going on. Then the scene cuts to them leaving, all of them, the whole entire group leaving. And Yumiko just thinking hard on Maezono's words. And then she's got, she feels something is off. She's got a weird feeling. Yeah, Yumiko, yeah, it's not that simple. It's a lot more complicated. Guess what? We cut to Rikiko's place with Riko and Keisuke and they're talking. Here comes the more. We peel back another layer. Here we go. Keisuke starts admonishing Riko for showing up out of the blue and approaching Yumiko and saying that, hey, yo, Riko, if Yumiko got her memories back, you would be the one to suffer. It'll make you worse. Then Riko just flips on a counter. So it's like, hey, Keisuke, you don't want Yumiko around because you're scared of me. And then she just starts yelling out of why, hey, Keisuke, you stuck up for Yumiko. You're always on her side. You're just dancing around the truth. And then, and then that evil little thought pops in her head. Yo, I wonder if you fell in love with Yumiko. And then she goes off on this ignorant tangent saying Yumiko's big and Keisuke only likes thin girls like Riko. And then Keisuke's like, hey, stop. Yumiko is beautiful. She's a wonderful person. That crushed Rikiko. And then Keisuke kind of yells back saying, hey, I want you didn't used to badmouth people this bad. You should go back. You need to go back to your old self. And Rikiko looks shook. She's just shaking. She's like, I didn't want to become this way. Yumiko, it's her fault. First him, now you. That him must be Maezono. And then Rikiko claims that no one cares about her, and she just makes a mad dash on the balcony. She's about to jump. Then Keisuke reels her back and says, hey, what about you? What about your child? And then Rikiko just stops. She thinks about you, and Keisuke's gonna pull her back down. And Rikiko just breaks down crying. Keisuke, don't abandon me. Don't leave me. And Keisuke he's trapped. He just sits there reluctantly holding Rikiko, saying I won't abandon you. I'm right here. Man! Keisuke, you gotta get out, man. You gotta get out. It's over, man. You have got to go. This has to be unfortunately, he is, as I said, trapped. There's always something he can do, but predicting internally, he can't leave Rikako because of not only her father, but also he probably thinks, if I leave Rikako, you is going to be in trouble, the kid. And also Rikako is going to become so unstable, she's going to do something heinous and either get someone hurt or herself hurt. So he is unfortunately sacrificing his own mental state in order to make sure Rikako stays sane. That hurts. That really hurts. And then going back to Rikako saying like, first him, now you, that him has to be Maezono. Because why is Rikako fell in love with Keisuke? Has to be Maezono. Maezono's not there anymore. But first him means that Maezono must have cared for Yumiko in some way. Maezono must have given Yumiko a bit more attention than Rikako. Therefore, Rikako just starts spiraling. Then she fell for Keisuke because of his positivity. Then when Keisuke started seeing Yumiko more, or like paying attention to Yumiko more, this is the old Yumiko, by the way, the old Yumiko, the one that's negative. How both Maezono and Keisuke focused on Yumiko for a time, Rikako felt that she was alone. She couldn't do anything. And she started hating Yumiko because both of these guys, the people that the two men that she liked, are like giving Yumiko more attention than her. So she's getting jealous of Yumiko. Girl, calm down. Oh, Rikako, you are such a beautiful mess. Keep my popcorn filled for this show. But after that scene, cut to a small scene where the whole entire planning division crew, they break away from each other after, their night out. Maezono leads the group solo, and he thinks on Degawa's and Yumiko's words. He musters up the courage, the resolve, and he runs to Rikiko's apartment. He gets up into the lobby, he goes up to the console, puts in the code for the room. As we see his finger go for the button, it cuts to Keisuke, hearing the doorbell ring, and he goes to the door. It's a fake out. It's a neighbor. The old lady, she needs help with her overflowing toilet. And Keisuke's like, looks back to see the door, thinking like, yeah, Rikako's asleep. This will be okay. So Keisuke's like, yeah, I'll help you. Goes get the apartment keys and goes on over. Cut back, Maezono standing in the lobby, his finger is like over the button, but he finally presses it, starts calling the room. Rikako's asleep, Keisuke's at the room. Nobody answers. Bad timing. Then he pulls out his apartment key and he hovers it over the console to probably like signal that he can go in. And he's struggling, he's shaking. He doesn't know if he can like go up himself to just go up there with the key without letting anybody know. He puts the key back in his pocket, leaves out the lobby door. That's it. We don't get anything else. No, Maezono, you're right there. You're right there. Oh, we don't get anything else. And then we get a small scene of Keisuke. Once he gets back, he starts cleaning the apartment. Then he hears Rikako through the door, talking in her sleep. He goes in, checks on her. She's okay. And she's calling out for Maezono to not leave her. There must be still hope in there. Maezono, if you had just pull yourself up and just go. No, you gotta leave on this cliffhanger, on this whole little love triangle mystery. But you know what? I love it. They pulled me in, they spun me around, left me out to dry. Now I gotta chase after him again, and I'm enjoying the chase. So after that, we gotta have a little bright and shining moment. We do. We see the Ramune chip commercial again. And afterwards, we see Yumiko holding her idea notebook. And she starts starts thinking about the journey that she took in order to get to the end of the ramen chip, so the success of it. And it's a whole montage, seeing all the different past scenes. It's cool, you like it, reminding the viewers and everyone and Yumiko herself of how far she's gotten as her new self. And she thanks her old self and promises to keep making great products, which is nice. You know, her old self did have great ideas, and it's about time that they come into fruition. And so Yumiko thinks, I need to get my colleagues, my co-workers, something to express my gratitude for helping me. She thinks, we'll make food. And it's pure comedy where she makes some cookies. She doesn't know how to work the oven. And she makes cake and some chocolate pudding. But unfortunately, she likes to eat. She likes food. She's a big foodie. And she just eats everything that she makes. And unfortunately, she settles on sweets. Yumiko, I'm sorry. You spent way too much time and money on making everything else that you could just bought sweets. But I understand. Now, we get the final scene. Yumiko has a regular meetup with Keisuke at the secret place in the park. She gets up. They say hi. They say the highs. They chat for a while. Check on Riko, see how she's okay. And Keisuke apologizes for how he acted at the barbecue. Yumiko's like, it's no big deal. I was hoping to meet Riko one day anyway, and I was glad that we were able to talk. Keisuke smiles and says, hey, Yumiko, you're a really nice person. You gave me a lot, and I just haven't given you much in return. Yumiko's like, your smile and happiness is all I need. I'm just happy to see you doing well. And then Keisuke, returns the compliment saying like, hey, you bring a light to everyone. You're my hero. Keisuke then says, hey, Yumiko, you're cute. You really are. Yumiko, she gets a heart's eye. She goes red. She gets flustered. She says a line that I'm going to steal one day. My cells are rejoicing on a molecular level. Hello? What a saying. And Yumiko's just like stun locked for a while. And then she tries to play it off. And she mentions like, hey, Tamai set my hands on like marshmallows. And Kid said, hey, okay, can I touch them? And Yumiko's like, yeah, he's allowed. They hold hands. They both get embarrassed. And it's pure like two lovebirds. They're too flustered to continue. They're both trying to play it off and it ain't working. They're trying to leave without embarrassing each other any further. It's just nice, happy fun. Hey, something's there between them two. Let's see it come to fruition without Riko. And that would be it. However, at the end of the credits, we get a small secret scene. We get a new employee that's joining the planning division. His name is Shoinji Takeru. And he catches the eye of all the female workers, and all the guys like, man, well, we got another pretty boy in the office. And Maezono says, hey, Yumiko, help him out, show him the ropes. And Shoinji seems a little surprised to see the person behind the promenade ships, Yumiko. So he walks over to her, gets down on one knee, and he requests to be Yumiko's apprentice. And everybody's shocked at the proposition. And then it says, to be continued? Yes, please continue. Give me another 12 episodes. I don't want this to end. But unfortunately, it has to end. Man, man, I didn't think that I would be so invested into this story from the beginning. But man, I'm glad I stuck to it to the end. It just draws you in further and further and further, and just leads you on more and more and more. And you want the answers, but say, you gotta be quicker than that. You're not gonna get your answers. I'm not gonna get my answers until season 2, which has not been confirmed yet. I even looked up to see, but No, it's not it's not confirmed yet. I want another season someday. I hope we get another season. I want the story to continue. I know a couple of you in the comments saying that you know a little bit more as you read the manga. I'll see if I can find the manga. I don't think it's available in any of the bookstores I'm in, so I have to like possibly order online, which I don't want to. And I also don't want to read it online because I'm a very particular about manga. I actually want the physical book. That's my only stipulation. I'm that too old school about it. But I'm happy with this. I do want to do one final video for Plus Size Misadventure. This is more like a overall recommendation video. It's just of saying, hey, should you watch it or should you not watch it? Who should watch it? You might like it if this and that, all that good stuff. And I'll give my fighting rating. Let's go. No, final rating. I'll give my final rating there. Tentatively right now, I'm sitting at an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this beautiful story. There's a couple little nitpicks here and there that bring it down just a tad, but it's an overall nice experience wrapped up in a very beautiful package and very digestible. Anyway, I want to hear what you all think. Comment down below to me. Words. Tell me all what you think about the anime and even your theories of what's going on. Because right now, Riko, she's on everybody's list. I want some episodes on what has old Yumiko done to catch the eye of Keisuke and Maezono that made Riko so jealous to get to that point. Maybe we'll get there in the next season, because I want that next season. And this new guy, Shoinji, he might be a potential love interest for Yumiko. Maybe not Yumiko liking him, but him liking Yumiko. And if that's the case, then he can meet Riko, and those two start plotting against Keisuke. wait, Shoinji can meet Keisuke, and then he has a rival for Yumiko's love. Oh no! Did I figure it out? Hey, if I'm cooking, let's go. If not, I mean, hey, it is what it is. There's only so much I can go off of, right? Anyways, I'll let y'all go. I hope all of you have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I hope your day is just a little bit better than it already is. With that, we'll catch y'all in the next episode. Peace.